Well, a very warm welcome to the fact that the Porter Prize is finally coming to India. At one level, this is indeed a confirmation of India's arrival into the paradigm of strategy. It does bring into account that some of the big ideas in strategy are not just going to happen in the conceivable future, but perhaps are already in the works. These certainly represent the big guys who are not just conquering frontiers in India, but also in other locations, the Tatas, the Aditya Birla Group, and some others. I mean, I'm not doing tip-offs here, but the fact is that they do define a certain paradigm in international strategy based out of an Indian foothold. There are others who are being celebrated, no doubt, for doing things in an absolute grassroots model and scaling up what the learned C.K. Prahlad pointed out from the context of the bottom of the pyramid. So for sure, India does represent a laboratory of strategy which the Porter Prize is not just mindful of, is more than happy to engage with and celebrate. Now, what is indeed the most beneficial aspect of this all is that in a sort of trite manner, this is the Grammys or perhaps the Oscars coming to the world of strategy and coming into India at that. So while the Oscars happened, I think in 80 years back, or the Grammys came in 59, so almost 52 years back, 2012 is going to define the entry of the Porter Prize into the Indian strategic landscape. This will also allow the entry and advent of Michael Porter's groundbreaking ideas on the concepts of competitiveness, strategy, clusters, and it will be having a domain of public policy formation as well. So for sure, not just corporate India, not just civil society India, but I think governments across states, and as they move on towards an increasingly public-private partnership model, are going to be looking at this as a crucible or a melting pot of certain strategic paradigm. Having said that, I think it's very important to recognize that this is just the beginning. So for your company to actually enlist yourself in the Porter sweepstakes in this round is not just important, but an important investment for the future, because as the prize strikes deeper roots and also the competition gets a whole lot stiffer, those who are alumni of this particular program are most likely to benefit as the years go by, because you will be seen as those who are alumnus in a different landscape 10 years or 20 years down the line. And I'm sure that the ascent on individuality, which is a fairly pronounced part of Indian decision-making and strategic frameworks, are often confused with individual quirks. These will certainly be converted, and there will be a certain amount of impetus to companies who are not able to make it this time to start looking at the models that emerge, the knowledge that emanates, the dissemination that happens, and actually take a step back and see whether or not they are able to benchmark to what is now a global standard, and with an Indian footprint at that. Very happy to also note that there will be hardly any constraints to application, whether it is an Indian company or whether it is majority Indian owned or 100% subsidiary doing fully export driven efforts. The concept is very, very inclusive, and therefore the entire consciousness is about having an imprint from the Indian soil rather than the color of your skin or the color of your board and your equity pattern. So I warmly welcome and endorse the entry of Porter Prize into India, and really look forward to the celebration of strategy, the celebration of the Oscars of strategy coming into India.